Let's have a little taste. And we're getting to the heart here. Right there, and I'll just have a little taste, because all the palm trees, you know, it just depends on where it's growing, how plattable it is. Sometimes they're a lot tougher than other places, and you just really can't tell. It could be one up there is a lot more tender than the one that's down here, but we'll just have a... Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Here, Mark, have a taste. And see that bit there? Now that's where the leaves are just coming out. Now that's really tender. Now that's really nice.
Paid it. Sweet.
It's really tasty, eh, Mark?
Yeah, it is. A unique taste too.
We didn't get much out of this. You know, just a little bit. We ate a bit, but we didn't get much of the heart out of this palm. But, you know, normally, like when I'm out in the bush, and I come across a bit more healthy of a palm, one that's more fat like this. See, this one here is only about this big around, and the fatter the base is, the bigger the heart. So sometimes you can find a palm that's maybe this tall, 1 meter tall, before the foliage starts, and you cut it down here, and there's a big piece of meat in there. This was just a little bit, but it was delicious. Never take a palm tree, because you're going to kill it unless you're in a survival situation. I'm going to show you how to make a ring basket. So basically what you have is 2 rings, and these rings were made from the grape. I've got some grapes growing here by my hut, and I've trimmed them back because they've already produced all their fruit, so you cut them right back so that they'll go again in the spring. And they're quite flexible when there's still juice in them. So I've just taken a length of vine like this and make a ring like this. See? And I've already made this ring, and I've tied it to make sure the ring doesn't slip out. And then I put the 2 rings together. So I've got the 2 rings in here like this. Now I'm going to fasten the rings together with this vine. This is a passion fruit that we harvested in the last documentary. And we ate the flower. Remember that? So here we go. So I've come on either side of this main stem, which this will end up being my handle. And so now it's the same thing, under, over, like that. And then I go around the next one. In some schools, they used to teach kids how to make God's eyes. So if you remember that, this is the same concept. And go around each one. What I'm doing is just basically tying these 2 rings together. Okay, I've got this secured here, so these don't slide around. And now I'm going to go over here, and I'll make this my handle. And that'll be the bottom of the basket. So I'll secure this one over here. Like under, over, and then I take my index finger and thumb, spread them out so that they fall on either side of this next one. Under, over, spread them. Okay, see how we put these together now, Mark? Both rings have been woven here and on the other end. So now these don't slide around. And now I'm going to use, this is going to be my handle. So this will become the bottom of the basket. And I've poked one spoke in to the God's eye, and over here into the God's eye. So now on the other side of the bottom of the basket, this main one here, I'll stick it in. Just weave it right into there, like that. Then bend it around, and it goes back into here, into the other side. Right, woven into there, maybe come out and back in again, like that. Okay, here's the handle again. This is the bottom of the basket. Okay, now I'm going to weave this in. Alright, we've got some native cordyline leaves here that we harvested last time and heated up over the fire to get all those fibers loose and oily. And we'll just use the whole thing here. This is the rim of the basket. This is the handle. So we'll start at the rim here. Pick up these other pieces of banana that were woven around this way to hold the whole thing together. I'll do 2 twists there around the spoke I just put in, around the bottom of the basket, around the spoke that I just put in again, back to the opposite rim. Start back the other way. Okay, and that's ending right there. So I'll pick up another piece here. Start on the rim. Pick up these fibers here. Let's incorporate all those fibers there together as one fiber. See how that's doing? Weaving back to this rim, and then weave back to this rim. Weave from this rim back to this rim until we get the whole thing filled in. Water is so precious. It's the most important thing. If you're already on an unpolluted freshwater stream, river, or lake, then don't go anywhere, because most of the bush tucker grows in and around all fresh water. But if you aren't on an unpolluted creek, or for some reason or another you have to move across country, try to carry at least 1 liter, if not 2 liters of water with you. And supplement that by collecting the dew in the morning. Just get up before sunrise and wrap your t-shirt or whatever you've got around your ankles. Or you can even just take a t-shirt and go around all the plants and mop up the dew and wring it out into a container. And just keep supplementing that water supply that you're carrying. There's a lot of plants that you can get water from, like the native ginger. You just chew up the stem and spit out the pulp. Also, a lot of trees have roots that you can get water out of, like the bloodwood, casuarina, and some of the gums can be used to squeeze water out of. Saplings of those same trees can be cut at the base at a diagonal cut, where the woody stem meets the foliage. Turn it upside down into a container and let it drain out. Sometimes you can get up to 1 liter of water that way. And the other thing is, it's like if water becomes an issue, don't walk during the heat of the day. Stay out of the sun and keep your clothes on to hold the water in. Don't eat fats and proteins, because these foods require precious water to digest. Don't put any limitations on how long you can go without water. And for instance, like if you said to yourself, I'm going to be dead in 3 days or 4 days without water, well, guess what? You'll die. So plenty of people have survived much longer. Chew up any plants that you know are edible, like ginger, and spit out the pulp. Remember the nature of water. Look for it at the base of hills, rock faces. If you come upon a dry stream, well, follow it downstream. And you're always looking for lush vegetation, especially in the bends, because that's a great indicator that there's surface water just below there. Dry creeks can hold water for long periods of time, up to 2 or 3 months, just under the surface. They'd be trapped between the sand and the clay. But don't dig unless you see that lush vegetation, because it's just a waste of energy. Well, that's it. Walking in the spirit of love and harmony with the earth is my spiritual path. with every footstep, with every breath, as I walk through the bush, and everywhere I go, even in the cities, where I see plants in the sky, the trees, people. I'm walking a spiritual path. Whenever I watch a spider build its nest, it illuminates my soul. And I find a lot of freedom in that. That's my whole journey, to find freedom, the pure freedom that humans need to experience to grow and flower. The Aboriginal people have been a great inspiration to me. Everywhere I go I can feel their presence. Every rock I turn over, every bush tucker that I eat, I can feel their presence all around me. And now what my hope is that all of our cultures come together as one and learn from each other and recreate a tribe. I think it's called the Rainbow Tribe, where people from all over the world, all different races, religions, colors, etc., come together and recreate a new way, a new day that's sacred to all of us. Beliefs can be a dangerous thing. If you believe that in a religion that says that no one else is right and you're right, and no one else is, and you're willing to kill people over that, well, I don't know. I don't believe anything on that level. I just leave that door open. I know everyone knows how to love and how to smile and how to be a respectful, compassionate person on this planet. I don't think we need anyone to tell us how to do that. And I really don't think we need religion. When I look out at the world with all the different religions fighting each other and killing each other and raping the earth over beliefs, it makes me not want to have beliefs. My religion is, like I said, with every footstep, with every breath, I just try to be a compassionate, respectful human being on this planet. I hope people really enjoy this video and add it to their collection. This is the second episode, and the third one. And the fourth one we're going to do fire and shelters, so stay with us.
English, then perhaps the tide would turn. If the trees could sign us language, then the forest would return. If we just listen closely, we may just find that we have no respect in this cosmos, as far as we can see. So look within, find your source, the source beyond all names, and there you'll find all creatures, and you are one and the same. Look within, ask yourself, just what part do you play? And if the earth could speak your tongue, yeah, what would she say? Of life is as the writing in the sand, to be blown away forever and never to make tracks again, but to beat upon the glass in a cage for eyes of man. So look within, find your source, the source beyond all names, and there you'll find all creatures, and you are one and the same. Look within, ask yourself, just what part do you play? And if the earth could speak your tongue, yeah,